Good evening, everyone. Uh, Guys, I'm audible to everyone. Hello. Very good evening, guys, to everyone. I'm audible to everyone.
Yeah, yeah, you are audible, sir.
Okay, yeah. So I guess that yeah, I think all the participants have joined. I think at least those who have joined like yesterday. Okay, so guys, before starting with today's session, so I think I told you that today we are going to understand some more basic charts first, and then move on to the like advanced formulas that we call as a DEX. Yeah, guys, before that, please let me know that if you try something, because I think yesterday you guys have just started. Some of you even didn't install the software, so probably you install it and then you probably try it, because I can see before today's session on the WhatsApp group, I can see that the video has been shared. So yeah, tell me guys that if you're facing any difficulty, let's say to create any chart or any like a doubt or any question to anyone before proceeding with like today's session, please let me know if there's any question or doubt to anyone. Yeah, guys.
Yes, I have just a big job link from
Your
Power
voice
BI.
is breaking, Dipendra. Yeah, guys, any doubt to anyone? Okay, so okay, no doubt to anyone. Okay, great. So fine, guys. Then let's start with like today's session. So I request you all, guys, that please open your like Power BI Power BI the software. Okay, so whatever we are discussing, like yesterday, we are going to proceed with the same like a data set. So if you have like created it, or let's say you even have a like a file, guys. Okay, so let me just reconfirm the link with you. Okay, so I think yesterday I had like shared one link of like Google Drive. And I told you that on in the same drive, I will upload the like a Power BI file, which whatever we are discussing today. So let me just share it again. So just to confirm that every one of you got the like files of like the Power BI along with the data set. And even let me show you guys. So this is, I guess, the link which you all have. I guess, yeah, Power BI PPDC. So this is a new folder I have created. And this is, guys, day one Power BI file, which I have shared with you. Okay. So what you need to do is, guys, that every time, because I'm going to upload, let's say again, just like a day one file I have shared, I will upload in a similar way. I will upload day two, like a notebook over here. Okay. Day two file. Okay. So what you guys can do, you can just try to refresh this like a link which I have shared with you like yesterday and right now also. You can just try to refresh it and you'll get that like a new file over there. Okay. And for Dipender, since you asked for that software link, so yeah, here is the software link. You can maybe if you not attend the yesterday session, you can download the software from here. So yeah, guys, I think that every one of you having this like a link. Okay, I've shared this in a group also. So make sure that I'm not going to like daily share the same links with you. You just need to refresh that same folder and you'll get the updated file. Okay. In any case, or by any chance, if you're not getting it, let's say by the by tonight or maybe by tomorrow morning, you can even try to just ping it on like on a group. Okay. Now, guys, let's proceed with the next kind of a chart we have. So till now, guys, I think let's just try to recap like whatever the charts we have discussed. So I think we have discussed the chart in the first row, which is like the column and the bar chart, clustered column and the stacked column chart. So the differences between clustered chart and the stacked chart. Then we discuss about this line chart and the area chart. Similarly, we talk about the pie chart and the donut chart. Okay. Now, guys, apart from these like 6, 7 charts which we have discussed so far, we have several other charts over here. Like we have this line and stack column chart. We have this line and clustered column chart. But most importantly, guys, like there are few new charts we have, like the waterfall chart, funnel chart, scatter chart, which actually brings like more of the insights. Similarly, we have the tree map, then different types of maps over here, which can be utilized for geographical data. So definitely, guys, in this data set. So the reason also I have taken this particular data set because this data set contains all like different kind of let's say the all different kind of a columns which actually, so in a Power BI, guys, actually we can have like we can actually put a column or like a data set of let's say 5 or 6 different types. Okay, so this is actually guys a data set where you are able to find out all 6 different data types over here. Okay, so you'll get the numbers column over here, you'll get the decimal values over here, you'll get the text value over here, you'll get the date column over here, you'll get the geographical data as well. Okay, so all like the different kind of data types, you'll get it over here. So we can definitely try to utilize that what kind of insight we can get from this map or maybe a field map.
Actually,
Now before
Shubham,
that, guys,
we are just
yeah.
seeing your Google Drive link here.
Okay, sorry. So now guys, let's go ahead and let's try to create a new chart over here, and that I will name it as tree map. Let's see that what kind of a insight we can actually collect from tree map. And just after the tree map, guys, I will give you some like one simple task also, which you need to perform in the class itself. Okay. Because as I told you guys that this is going to be a two-way communication. In that way, the session will be more interactive and insightful. So I will give you one simple task as well. Okay, after just after this tree map. So in the tree map, guys, we have like there's a chart called tree map over here. If you just look around it, just before the like a map chart, the two type of different map chart, we have this tree map over here. So you can just try to select that tree map. Now in a tree map, guys, I can again try to extend it. Okay. Now over here, guys, this tree map, if you can see the visual right now, okay, so there are different boxes which you can see. Now these boxes, guys, like based on the size, you can actually understand, let's say, if I want to analyze that the relation between the sum of cells and the subcategory. Okay, so we have one column, guys, as a category, and then we have another column called subcategory. Okay, now if I want to analyze, so I think we analyze that sales by category. Okay, so till now we have created different charts to analyze, let's say, the sales by category, but we didn't like create any chart to analyze sales by subcategory. Okay, so definitely subcategory is nothing but let's say there's a different like a kind of items which belongs to multiple categories. Let's say there's a category called technology. Now in that technology category, guys, we probably have the subcategories like phones, tablet, laptop. Okay, so these are the earphone. So these are maybe the like items, guys, which is belonging to a technology category. Similarly, if I talk about the furniture, so in that case, we probably have the tables, chairs. Okay, so these tables, chairs, these actually belonging to let's say the furniture category. Okay, and the same thing goes for guys the home appliances. Okay, so maybe maybe 15 or 20 subcategories. Now we can try. So you can check that for which subcategory we are getting more cells and for which subcategory we are getting less cells. So that is what we can examine or which we can analyze by using this tree map. Okay. Now for that, guys, there's a column you can see subcategory. Now I can try to drag this column subcategory and drop it inside a category field. Okay. And since I want to analyze it with respect to the sales. So now I can take the sales column, drag it and drop it inside the details. Okay. Or I think not details. We can drop it inside a values. Now you can see, guys, that we are getting some like a different sizes over here. Now these sizes are nothing but if I just hover on one of it, so you can see, guys, that there's a subcategory called tables, and from tables subcategory we are getting maximum cell. So you can see, guys, the size of the box is actually highest over here. Since you are getting around 57,257. This is a total number of cells which we are getting by selling this tables. Okay. Followed by, guys, so you can see, guys, that the size over here is actually biggest. After that, if you just go down, then there's a storage. So after 57,000, now you can see that from storage we are getting 55.9. Okay, so just after the tables. Then after these two, guys, the third major subcategory is binders. So from binders, we are getting 51,092. After binder, guys, the next subcategory or the next big subcategory is phones, which gives me the sale of around 50,218. After this, guys, the next big subcategory we are having is like chairs, which gives me the total sales of 41,730. Now, guys, we can check that if we just have these five subcategories, we can just try to check it out from this table view. Just try to confirm it that if you just have five subcategories over here. Yeah, so we just have five subcategories, guys, so that is fine. So you can see, guys, that yes, we can easily examine or we can easily understand that from which subcategory we are getting, let's say, the maximum cell, and from which subcategory we are getting the minimum cell or the least cell. Okay. Now, guys, as I already discussed with you that right now, if I want to get any numbers, I need to hover on that particular box. Okay. But if I don't want to hover on that particular box because definitely the box size is very high. So I just want that I should get the sum of cells over here itself. The number should blink over here itself. So in that case, guys, what I can do, I can just try to level is right now off. I can just try to on it. So with this, what will happen? You start getting the numbers over here. And I think, guys, after that, you already know that what can be done. Okay, so we can try to increase the size of the categories. Similarly, we can try to increase the size of the values over here, just to make sure that these numbers should like properly visible. Okay. And you can see, guys, that all these five colors are there. So if you want to change let's say any of this color, so all these things are actually possible. Okay, so let's say the first one, I want to take it as a green one. Yes, peach color. So yeah, we can actually do that. Similarly, the title size can be changed. Let's say I can take it as 15, bring it into the middle, just like we have done with the other ones. Okay. So now, yeah, guys, you can see that our like analysis has been done. So we are getting the sum of cells by subcategory, and let's say, guys, that this is very important like a chart in a case where you have, let's say, more subcategories. Okay, so let's say right now you just have five subcategories, but you'll get a data set where there can be where there may be like a 20 subcategories. Okay, there may be 20 or there may be 15 subcategories. Now, in that case, guys, definitely a single column chart probably cannot help you to analyze the entire like objective or the entire like insight. And definitely in that case, guys, the stream map will be more useful. Okay, and this again, guys, just like we have the option of stack column chart, we can even try to add more information within this tree map. Okay, but before that, guys, I'm going to add that information as well. But before that, please let me know if everything is clear so far, or if there is any doubt. If you try to create this tree map and bring in this information, so if there is any doubt, so please let me know, guys. Yeah.
Can you just
Any
once again repeat, like, how can we visualize the numbers in the chart? Like, how to enable?
Yeah, for getting the numbers over here into the chart, what you need to do is you just need to you make sure that your chart need to be selected, and then you have to go on this like a second option, which is format your visual. Okay,
Okay.
then you have to click on it. Then you can see that there's an option of data labels. So by default, these data labels are actually off. You have to on these data labels.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and just by dropping it down, you can see that you can change the font size and the type so that even the colors so that the numbers are visible. Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
so yeah, guys, anything else? I hope that now till this part, like everything is clear. Okay, so now there is the next thing which we can try to do, or as I told you that again, a single instead of just getting one single information from any chart is not worthy. We can try to definitely get more information from from any single chart. So since it's a tree map, now let's say from this tree map, once again, guys. So yeah, now you have this tree map. Now let's say if I want to add more information, if I want to just try to bifurcate or let's say get a more segmented information. Now in that case, guys, we can even try to bring that a reason column. So we have this reason column as well, and we can try to bring it in such a way that like definitely. So we have these tables, and now we can see that how what is the total like sales we are getting from for this particular like subcategory, that is tables. Now, if I want to analyze that, okay, so the total sales are coming out to be 57.26 thousand. Now, if I want to just if I want to just get a segmented like numbers over there, like how many that total sales of 57,000. So how much of that total sales are actually coming from like this region? How much of that total sales coming from let's say the west region, and so on. So if I want to get that information as well, now in that case I can try to bring this reason column and drop it inside a tree details, and I'll see, guys, that the same like a box is now actually divided into four different parts. Because definitely, guys, it's not possible that okay, and let me change the color also, like for this. So let me, because again, this color is quite light, so and second. Yeah. So now if you look at the numbers over here, guys, so you can see that it's not like that from every region you're getting equal amount of sales, and even not equal, it is very much different, guys. Okay, so if you look at the tables, okay, so this is one subcategory from where we are getting the maximum sale. But if I try to divide that total sales region wise, so you can see that the maximum sale actually coming from the central region, followed by east region, and the minimum sell for the table category is actually coming from the south region. Now, this information, guys, is actually like very much important and even enough to make the decisions, let's say a reason-wise decision. Okay, so if I want to make a reason-wise like a decision, so definitely the this particular fragmented observation or these this fragmented boxes will definitely helps a lot. Okay. Similarly, guys, if I talk about the another option over here, the another subcategory is storage. Now you can see, guys, that for storage we are actually getting a similar number of cells, almost similar number of cells from central and the east region. But again, from west and south region, we are not getting that amount of cells. Okay. Then if I talk about the binders, so again for binder, the maximum cells coming from the central region. But if I talk about the other three regions, from the other three regions, we are not getting like a lot of cells. And interestingly, guys, okay, so you can see that in this for this particular category, for this particular subcategory, we are getting least cell from the east region, right? Because if I talk about the other two subcategories, so for the other two categories, the least cells are actually coming from the south region, but for the binders, the least cells are actually coming from the east region. Okay, so similarly, guys, you will get these interested information over here. Okay, so interesting information, sorry, over here. So you can see that at same thing with the phones. So for phones, again, the maximum cells, I think for maximum cells, the region is same throughout the subcategories, but definitely the if I talk about the second, third, and fourth position, so actually that are different with respect to the different categories. Okay, so if I talk about the phones, so phones are for phones, the list cells are actually coming from the west region. Okay, so again, it is different from the first three. Okay, and finally, guys, we have this chairs. Now, again, for chair, the minimum cell or the least cell are actually coming from the west region. Again, it is different from the first three. Okay, so this is how, guys, you can even try to add more information in a particular let's say in a particular chart. Okay, so on this chart, guys, you can see that you have added since you add that reasons as well, so you're getting definitely more information instead of just relying on one single information. Okay, and this is what, guys, we have done throughout all the four charts which we have created so far. Okay, so I hope, guys, yeah, this information or this insights are clear to everyone. Any doubt or any question so far to anyone, guys?
So I have a query. This is Shreyan. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, are you asking any question? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes. So is it possible to change any one color of one section? So suppose like as in binders, we have blue color. So is it possible to change the color of any like central or south or east or west, or they stay the same blue?
No, that is, I think that we need to look after this options. Okay, so I think that options are not available over here. Okay, so it is only possible for the boxes actually over here. Okay.
Okay.
There are other options which are available, like the tallying word. Okay, so you can change it to the binary and see what is happening. Okay, so these things are actually possible, but the option for the reason wise color is not available. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
So whatever the options are there, okay, definitely, because in yeah, so in a Power BI or any other tool, guys, okay, so whatever the option we have, so that all the options related to the formatting will always be available on one single place. Okay, so it's not only about the Power BI, even there's another business intelligence tool called Tableau. So in that case also there's a single space or the single area where all the formatting options are available. So in this area, you'll get all the formatting options. So you can even try to explore as much as you want, because these things are definitely depends on that how much we practice. Okay, because these are the few things which we cannot definitely remember. So
Shivam,
now,
Zeba here. I have a question.
yeah.
So, as one of my colleague has, participant has also asked, I also have a similar question. So, would you suggest that will it be feasible for us to buy a package for this Microsoft BI, or should we be using the online free available software?
No, I think yet it depends. Like if you're not if you're already into some organization, okay, so you have definitely have the organizational mail ID, and then
Right.
you definitely have like more
The
like the
leverage,
things
right?
which you can try to add it. Okay, so like right now, as I already show you that let's say if I'm not using the organizational mail ID, or if I'm not having definitely for this laptop, so in that case, I even not able to explore like few of the things which you guys, or let's say I can explore with the organizational mail ID. Okay,
So, for
so
example, right now
the
I'm
only
not
limitation.
associated with any of the organization,
Hmm.
right? I'm on a sabbatical. So my IDs, etc., are not functional. And this is one
Hmm.
of the course no that I have registered so as to upgrade my existing skills. So that is where I'm coming from. What I understand is, please correct me if I'm wrong. So when I'm trying to learn this particular skill, so what I understood that it is easy and feasible to utilize the online free available portal. Whereas in case if I have to explore more deep down to it, then it should be the paid version. Am I right?
नहीं नहीं even like for more exploration over
Right,
here actually since it's a Microsoft like a product, okay,
right,
so even if you are asking for a paid version, so in that case
right.
you probably need that Power BI online service, okay. So instead of that, Power BI actually asks you to that extreme power is actually required when you're working for some organization. Let me take a like example. Let's say that at our end, okay, so at your end or my end, we probably, because the in Power BI we are not going to put any unstructured data. Okay, so when I say unstructured data, like the data of the images
Right.
or maybe the text. Okay, so
Yes,
we are not going
yesterday
to
we
put
have
any
discussed this.
unstructured data. We are going to put
Right, right.
let's say the structured data. So just for a learning purpose, or even let's say for enhancing our learning skill purpose, we actually I don't think that we even like have that 1 GB of let's say the
Data available
data
to
or
utilize or
yeah.
to
So
ex-
in such a case, let's say even because I've even done a lot of freelancing with like Power
right.
BI, Tableau, SQL and all. So I have done a lot of freelancing using these tools in my earlier days. So
Hmm.
even at that time, I actually don't require this like kind of what I can say the
Heavy
like
data
the paid
usage of
services, or
softwares.
yeah, the paid services or the packages.
Right,
And there are just one or two clients who probably require to build some sort of a tracker for their system. So in that case, they provided their like organizational ID, but with again with that full security. Okay,
okay.
so that is something like we only require when we are working this. So like that is what even I am doing for my organization. Okay, so my organization where I am working. So I actually
Hmm.
asked to build a tracker for my team.
Right,
That
right,
because like let's say in my organization, what is happening that we are having two dialects. Okay, so the first dialect is where we are let's say we have multiple trainers who are actually reaching to the different colleges and providing the online providing the classes over there. Okay, so
right.
that is one thing. The secondary
Fine.
thing is another set of trainer, or even some of the few same set of the trainer who are recording the courses. Okay, and the
Okay,
sales team are actually selling it. So let's say in
right,
that way there may be a team of we have a team of around let's say 500 people. So
right.
I need to build a tracker to like to get the records like at the partner level or at the director level. That person should let's say if we click on that my name, so he should know that okay where I'm placed for today. Okay, similarly if
Right.
we
What
click
all
on someone
trainings
my
have
name,
been imparted
yeah.
by you and what all recorded sessions are
So
already in place?
yeah, so all these things. So now for that, the organization provide me that let's say organizational ID. Now let's say when the
Right,
number of participants will increase or the number of data will increase. So in
right.
that case, then the company will take it or buy it from the Microsoft, because
Okay, got
Microsoft
your point. Yeah,
even let's say if you have the if you try to pay it now, so
right.
Microsoft didn't allow you without the organizational mail ID, because it actually more for the security reason.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got your point. Got your
yeah.
point.
So
So that
maybe
helps
on the
me to clear
cloud,
my doubt. Right.
yeah, you yeah, definitely you don't need to put your money until unless we are doing something for any organization.
Right. So where I was coming from with my earlier organization that I'm not no longer a part of. So it was an edtech organization, and I was working as an operation excellence manager. So there used to be loads of data, and I wasn't good at with data. Reason being because it was not in my portfolio, but as it was poured on me, so it was only the tits and bits that I had the basis, no, and I had created dashboards, etc., with the use of simple Excel. Right. So this course no did fascinate me to take one point to the other and create storyline. Basically, the digital illustrative storyline. So that is where I was coming from. You know, weighing on the options whether it will be a better idea to have this paid service or the free version available. But thank you that you have cleared my doubt. I will take it as an advice and then follow whatsoever is being taught. Thank you.
Yeah. So, uh, yeah, thank you, Jiva. So now finally, yeah, cursor color again, guys. So this is we are up to you. You can definitely try to change it if you want. So let's say it is coming at as white color. If you think that it's not visible, so it takes again a lot of time to get the kind of a color to get to suit it with all this. Okay, so I think that white one is even better than blue and black. Okay, so it's up to you here if you want to change it. So rather I think we can change this color instead of searching so much for like cursor color. Okay, now guys, the next I as I told you that I want you for a very simple task. So we have some column over here, guys, as a product name. Okay, now I think one of the chart which we have not prepared, but I think we have prepared a similar kind of a chart, which is a column chart. So now guys, I want you to create this, let's say bar chart, okay, where you have to analyze the sales by the product name. Okay, so there may be 6 or 7 products. There are different 6 or 7 products. Now, instead of analyzing that thing with a column chart, I want you to analyze it with the bar chart. Okay, try it, guys. Okay, just try to create a bar chart to analyze the relation between sales and the product name. Okay, just do it, guys, and just acknowledge me. I think it will not take you more than 2 or 3 minutes. So just do it and acknowledge me once you have created. Once you create it.
What we should take product and sales now?
Yeah, product name and sales.
I have created this chart. Should I share it?
No, you can just share the like information, which one is on the top.
Okay. Actually, I took on like y-axis product name and on x-axis that sum of sales. Is it correct?
Yeah, correct. So because just the access are changed over here, so that's completely fine. Because on the y-axis now, this time on the y-axis we have to take your category name, which is right now the product name, and on the x-axis you have to take your like sales. Okay, so now this gives you the information that again from which product you are getting again like more sales and which product is actually giving you the least sale. Okay. So again, guys, I told you that this is not the like just one step process. Always try to add more information like you have done earlier. Okay, so even in the column chart, we try to add like we make it try to make it stack chart, stack column chart to add one more information with respect to the category. Now, similarly, guys, over here, the like more information can be added in order to make it like intuitive and like more informative one. Okay, and before that, just like and definitely, guys, simultaneously because you have already created it, so you can try to just complete it. Okay, so you can try to just change the like a little bit of things like on the y-axis we have the names, but the names are not properly visible. So I can make it like bit bold so that the name of the product should be visible. Okay, the color can be more black. Okay. Similarly, the data labels are not on, so you can see that data label is probably off. You can try to on it, and in a similar way you can try to change the size or maybe make it just bold so that the numbers should be visible over here. Okay, so these are the I think general steps which we have probably done maybe multiple times, so you can just try to copy and paste the same thing over here. Okay, now, this is what we are having right now, that we are having the sum of sales by the product name. Now, guys, since this is already the title we have given, so right now, guys, definitely we are trying to put one chart on every page. Okay, so every page there is just one chart we are trying to put because we are just trying to understand, let's say, the basics of chart. We're just trying to understand that what kind of information we can probably collect or we can probably get from each and every chart. Okay, so for that reason right now it is fine that you can take as much space as you want, but let's say when we trying to create a like a main report, so we need to probably bring three or four chart, at least four chart on one single page. Okay, now in that case, guys, we need like a more like a space to showcase the real thing over here. Like if I talk about there's this x-axis values, and if I talk about the x-axis title, so definitely, guys, this is these two things we don't require it over here. Okay, because in the title itself it is written that sum of sales by product name. So we got to understand that. Okay, what kind of a chart we have prepared. Okay, so we don't need this sum of sales should be written in the x-axis as well. Okay, so for that reason, guys, we can always try to, I'm just giving you some like good advice and the idea, which definitely later on in our main report page when we are creating some case study, so we are going to follow all these things over there. So I can just try to off this value and the title from my x-axis, so that you can even try to make a use of like this space which is which you are getting it over here. Okay, now, guys, the next thing is just like we try to make our what I can say the column chart bit more informative by adding the month over there. Okay. Now, similarly, guys, now because you have already created like four charts over here till now, so you need to think of it that what can be the extra information I can try to extract from this chart only. Okay. So right now it's a clustered bar chart, but if I try to simply make it as a stack bar chart, so in that way I can try to get more information from this chart only. Okay. Now, in that case, guys, you can try to look after the one more categorical column, which you think that the column which is not being analyzed till now. Okay, so like if you just try to check into your data frame, or if you just try to check into your data set, so you have I think so many columns which is not being analyzed even for a single time throughout like all these like the charts which you have created so far. Okay, like if I talk about it, guys, so there's definitely a column called the segment column or the ship mode column. Okay, so if I go on to the table view, so there is a column called segment column where we have probably three segments: consumer, corporate, and home office. So this is again, guys, a very important column. And similarly, guys, we have a ship mode column over here, which is first class, same day. Okay, so what is the shipping mode? Okay, now definitely the shipping mode making no sense over here. Like if I try to analyze the shipping mode over here, but we can definitely try to put, let's say, the segment column to get more information from this particular like a chart itself. Okay. Now in that case, what I can do, I can simply try to bring this segment into the legend field. Okay. Now in this way, guys, and if I try to just make it a stack bar chart, even with the cluster also, guys, we are able to fragment it in like divide it into like three different segments, because there are three segments over here. Or if I can just try to change it to the stack bar chart, and I can see that information. Okay. So you can easily analyze, guys, that let's say for the first product, which is standing desk. Now for this product, like if I try to divide that total sales into three categories, so I can see that from which category there's a maximum sale. Okay, so the maximum sale is actually coming from the consumer, followed by corporate, and lastly, guys, we have the home offices for this product only. Okay, then we can try to look after, let's say, the smartphone. Okay, so now for smartphone, guys, the maximum sell coming from the home office, this is a main segment, followed by consumer, and the last one, guys, is the corporate. Okay, similarly, if I talk about the binder pack, so for binder pack, guys, the maximum sell coming from the home office, followed by the corporate, followed by the consumer. Okay, so you can see, guys, that definitely there are the differences. Okay, so in this way, guys, I think in all the four, five charts, I have actually shown you that how to bring like more and more information from one single chart. Okay, and this will definitely, guys, comes only from the practice. Okay, so when you practice a lot, you can actually adopt or make these changes straightforward into in one single chart itself. Okay, and you'll get definitely a more information and more insights for making a further decision. Okay, so I hope, guys, this part where I just change it to the stack bar chart and getting more information is, I think, clear to everyone. Yeah, any doubt, guys, to anyone? Yeah, guys. Okay, great. So now, guys, let's move forward and let's talk about the new chart over here, because the bar chart is again similar to like the cluster chart itself. So now let's try to create a new chart over here, and that is going to be a map chart. Okay, and guys, before creating the map chart, because I can probably say that maybe some of you will get some issue when you try to create a map chart. You'll probably get some notification that it is not connected. So in that case, guys, before creating the map chart, you can probably check into your settings that whether your map function is on or not. Okay, because these are some advanced charts, so it might be not automatically off. So it might be not automatically on in like in the recently installed like a software. Okay, so you can first try to check that whether this map chart is enabled or whether it is on or not. Okay. So for that, guys, just like everyone along with me, just try to go into this file section. Just try to click on this file, and you'll get some option at the bottom called options and settings. Okay. So on the left hand side itself, you'll get this option called options and settings. Okay. So just try to click on it, and then there's another options. You are getting it over here. Just try to click on this options. Okay, so I think you are able to follow me. Just try to go at the bottom. Just click on the options and settings, and then click on the options. Now you can see, guys, that we have all these informations over here. So this particular thing over here, guys, actually tells you that what are all the functionalities which are actually enabled and what are all the functionalities which probably are disabled. Okay, so like those if you are good into the coding and all, and if you're having the Python software into my system, if I'm having the R software into my system, and let's say if I'm doing something inside a Python and R, and if I want to bring that like a code into the Power BI. Okay, so that's why, guys, the Power BI is more powerful, because let's say we are saying that with the visualization tools, because this is actually the visualization tool only. So with this we cannot do the forecasting, but we can create the Python code. Let's say if you have a knowledge of a machine learning, if you have a knowledge of time series forecasting like algorithms, so you can create the forecasting model over there, and then that code you can try to map, or you can try to enable inside a Power BI. So that's a powerful tool we have. Okay. So right now we are not going to take it. Okay, so I'm just trying to stick with the like our learning pattern, the modules. Okay, so but yeah, we have all these options over here. So what you need to do is you need to click on the security and check, guys, into the security. At the bottom you are getting this option called map and field map visuals. Okay, so you can actually observe that in my case it is already enabled. Okay, so it is already ticked on use map and field map visuals. Okay, so you can actually try to check the same thing in your case, that whether it is ticked or not. If it is not ticked, then simply try to click on it and then click OK. Okay, so I hope that you're getting my point. You are able to follow me. So just check that if this particular visual of sorry, map and field map, whether it is clicked or not. If it is not clicked, just click on it and then click OK. Okay, yeah, guys, done.
This was from the file.
Yeah, from file. You have to go in the file, then options and settings, and then options, and then over there you have to go in the security. Over there you'll get that option of maps and like field map visuals. Okay, done.
Yes.
Now once we have done it, now you can easily utilize that field map chart. So you can simply click on this field map. I can try to bring it in the middle. Now we have, guys, a geographical column over here. That's a city and state. So I guess we already observed that there's just one state. Okay, so definitely there's no sense of analyzing the state column, because we can analyze the state column when there are multiple states. Okay, but let's say if there's just one state, then we are not able to get any insight in that scenario. So I can probably try to take the city column over here. Okay, I think we don't have a state also. We have the country. Okay, and we just have one country data. So I cannot probably analyze the country in that case. So we can try to take the city column into the location. Okay. Uh, Along with that, okay, so you can see, guys, that as soon as you drag the city into the location, you are getting the United States over here. Okay, because there's a very simple reason, guys, that we have this data from the United States itself. So that's the reason as soon as you bring that city column, you're getting the United States. Now there are just a few cities, guys. Now if I want to just observe it, if I just want to hover it, so let's see that how we can do that. So we can try to bring two things over here, guys. So one, I can try to bring the category, and I can try to drag it and drop it inside the legend. Now there are three different categories, guys, we have over here. Okay, so it is actually coming with different colors, but it is not right now not visible over here. So I guess that maybe if I change it to the simple map, let's see. Okay, so yeah, now I think it is visible. You can see that very small, but it is visible. Now the next, guys, in order to make it a bit larger, because the bubble size is very small over here. Okay. So what I've done, guys, let me just repeat myself because you guys don't need to confuse. Okay, so earlier I have actually selected this field map, but this field map is actually limited only to the categorical column. This is not helping me to analyze or to take any numerical column. Okay. But the kind of a data set we have, we actually require the numerical column as well for the better analysis. So for that reason, what we have done, we just changed the same like a chart into the simple map. Okay, so what you have to do, you just need to select the map over here. So your entire chart will change a little bit, and now it's a map chart. Now we have, guys, the same thing. City inside a location field and category inside a legend field. So there are three categories. You can see, like, if I just try to if you just try to check the Chicago over here. So there are three categories you are getting, but the bubble size, since it is very, very small, so we are probably not able to identify that what is exactly happening. So what we can do, we can try to increase this bubble size. Now this bubble size, guys, can be increased.
Shubham, I
So
just have a doubt here.
yeah, yeah.
Actually, I'm unable to. mm, no, I mean, I can't see the map. Like it's telling map and field maps visuals are disabled.
No, so that's what I told you, like
Yeah, I have enabled the use map and field map visuals, but still I'm getting the error.
I'm also
okay.
facing same issue.
Oh, okay, okay. So I think then what you guys need to do is, I think you need to restart this Power BI. Okay, so for that, I think you already save it somewhere. So you just need to save it once again. Okay, just save this like report just once again, and then close this Power BI and reopen it. Just open it again.
Okay.
Okay. And meanwhile, guys, I will also take a very small break. You just restart it, come back, okay, and then we'll resume again. Meanwhile, I also drink some water and come back. Okay. Is it fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So just try that. Just save it, close the Power BI, and then reopen it and then check. Okay. I'm not stop sharing the screen. I'll just stop the mic, go and drink water and come back. Okay, so yes, sorry, I think I'm a bit delayed. Uh, yeah, but let me know, guys. Now is it working? Since you restart the Power BI, so now
Yeah,
is it working?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
working.
Okay. So now guys, you can see that if you just drag the city into the location field and then category in a legend, so now you can definitely observe a very small bubbles over here. Okay. Now since definitely guys, let's say for me and for individually for you, it is visible, but if I need to share it with my client or the manager, so definitely the bubbles are not visible over here. Now in that case, what we can do, we can definitely try to bring some numerical column just to increase the bubble size. Okay, because let's say from any particular city, let's assume that maybe if from Chicago, if there's a more sell or if there's a maximum sell from the Chicago, so the bubble size will be high. Okay, and similarly for the other city, if the sales are actually low, so the bubble size will be small. Okay, so let's say that if I want to do the same thing over here, so I just need to
Sorry
drag this.
for interrupting.
Yeah,
This bubble, like you have at Chicago, you have like all the three categories highlighted. So how did you get?
yeah. No, so for that, you just need to bring this category into the legend. No?
Yeah, I have gotten it, but it's just showing me just one single point. That's it. So it's not showing all the three uh, categories.
No, for that only let's try to bring that sales in the bubble size.
Okay.
Okay. So and then I will even show you that how you can increase the bubble size. So there's a formatting options as well. So let's first try to bring the cells in the bubble size. Now I can see that as soon as I bring that cell into the bubble size, now automatically the entire chart shifted to be pretty small, and now there are just five cities from where they are getting the sales or they're selling their products. And now you can see that the sales for a different category. Okay, so let's say now if I go into the Chicago, so I can see that how much sell is actually coming from the furniture. Then just move little bit on the left side, and you can see that the number of sales coming from the office appliances, and move little bit up, and you can see the number of sales coming from the technology. Yeah, got it. I guess that now every one of you getting the similar kind of a result.
Yes.
Okay. Now, similarly, guys, let's say, as I told you that again, this chart, this whole chart can also, like we can do the formatting, okay? Like with respect to the color, with respect to the bubble size. So the formatting can be done. So for that, again, I can simply click on this format your visual. And then you have this, the option over here as bubbles, okay? Now this bubble size right now it is -10 in terms of like radius actually. So we can try to increase it. Okay, so let's say if I make it -2, so in that case you can see that the size is actually increased a bit. If I make it, let's say 0 or let's say +6, so again it actually increases. Okay, so it depends. Like it again like depends upon that. If I have so many cities, like right now we just have 5 cities, so I can even go to the size 20 or 10. Okay, so it is not going to give me any kind of a harm. But again, if there's a lot of cities, then I can probably just take the size as 1 or 2. That is maybe fine. Okay. But yeah, I think since there are just 5 cities, so even if I take the size as 10 or maybe 15, then it's still there's not like a lot of overlapping. Okay. So this is now what we are getting it, guys, over here. The other formatting which we can do is related to the map. So right now, guys, the styling of this map is similar to the Google map, where you can see the like the road as the view. So if you want to change it just to make it bit more interactive, so these are options you have: grayscale, then you have the option of light, then you have the option of dark, and you also have the option of, let's say, the area. Okay, so dark will be fine, but in that case, then you have to even change the colors for the city names. Okay, so this is one thing, guys. The second thing, guys, is let's say with respect to the bubbles itself, I can probably see that the bubble colors. Okay, so there are three different colors for three different like categories. So yes, if you want to change it, you can actually change it from here. Okay. The category labels are actually off. You can on it. So the category labels are nothing but the city names. Okay. So the city names are like actually off. So because there's since just five cities, so if I want to just show them with a bold or italic, so yes, I can actually do that. So I can see that, yeah, these are the five cities from where they're getting the cells. And now it is this is for anyone. It is a bit easier to analyze that which are those five cities, and then uh, how much cells are actually they're getting from different categories, and then which city probably giving the maximum cell, which city maybe giving the least cell, and so on. Okay. So yeah, guys, this is what let's say the understanding or the insight you can get it from the map chart. Okay. So yeah, I can just try to make the same format for this visual as well. Okay. So yeah, guys, I think that this is clear now to everyone. Yeah, I hope that every one of you are able to create this map chart. Yeah, guys. Any doubt or question to anyone? Okay, great. Now, guys, let's then move on to the next.
Shubham, I just have a doubt.
Yeah.
So, what has happened to me here is like, for the Houston example, it's just showing me only the furniture data. It's not showing like the rest to the office supplies and the technology as well.
No, on hoarding audit, you're not getting the other categories.
Yeah.
This is quite impossible. Um, then you can probably I need to see on your screen why maybe this is happening.
Okay, so shall I share my screen or?
Yeah, you can try to share your screen. Let me check.
Just a
Yeah,
minute.
I make you the co-host. You can now. I think that can share your screen.
Was my screen visible?
Okay. What is? No, actually, Divya, you can see that you didn't change the map type. I think that's what I'm asking. That you didn't change the map type. It is still a filled map. This
Okay.
is actually not the simple map where you're getting the bubbles. Okay, so you can see that you're not even having those bubbles over here. So what you can do, just check into your visualization. So you have actually right now selected the field map. Just before that, you have the map option. Just select it. No, in
Map
the
set.
visualization, in the visualization itself, not in the formatting.
Okay.
Okay, so just select the. So you have right now selected on the field map. Just select the normal map. No, in the build visual section itself, you have
Okay.
selected filled map now. Just yeah, just on the left hand side you have the globe icon, just like that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Now you're
My bad.
getting it.
Yeah, thank you.
So now you can put the sail and you can try to increase the bubble
Yeah,
size. Just
sure. Okay, thank you.
okay. So fine, guys. I think now we are all good, and we understood the maps. Sorry, the chart till here. Now going forward, guys, we can talk about the next chart, which can be prepared, and again from where we can get some insight. So the next chart, guys, which I can try to prepare it over here, and I can actually again try to create, let's say, one or two charts together over here. So let's say, guys, that I want to make a single page for my KPIs. The KPI stands for, guys, the key performance indicator, and that is actually very important because the KPIs actually tells the real story about the data set, or it tells you the let's say the numbers. Okay, so the most important numbers or the valuable numbers about your data set. Okay, like if I talk about this data, so the very first thing, okay, or even I can say, guys, that this is even we can call it a descriptive analytics. Okay, so this particular thing I can even call it as a descriptive analytics. Okay, so these numbers, guys, are actually describe your data. It actually tells that what are the numbers like behind these behind this data set. Okay, so let's say this is the very first thing which my manager probably asked me, or which my manager want to check. Let's say that how much total sales we have done in the last 4 years. Okay, so let's say if I'm sharing this dashboard or if I'm sharing this report to my manager, so the very first thing which my manager probably want to check, or probably ask me that how much total sales we have done in the last let's say 4 or 5 years, depends upon that the data set we have. Similarly, my manager probably can check that how much profit we have made in that like 4 years. Then my manager probably wants to check that how much total product we have like sold or we have sold so far. So these are the few things, guys, which definitely any manager or any the partner level person wants to understand, or the stakeholder, the client, on the very first place for any particular data set. Okay, so like this is a e-commerce data set. Let's say similarly when I'm creating a tracking system for my like company or for my organization, so I can again over there I can try to put these KPIs, like how many projects we have completed so far, how many projects are in progress. So these kind of boxes I first need to have on the very first hand, just to for my manager to understand that what we have achieved so far, let's say within the organization. Okay. So similarly, guys, that is what we call the KPI. So for getting a similar kind of information, we have something called as a cards over here. Okay, so if you look at the again in the build visual section, so we'll get the you'll get the card option over here. Okay, so there are two kind of a card option you're getting. So one is like a card with that like a fast kind of a symbol, and we also have the card. I think it is now changed or upgraded to this faster one, or I guess that we have one more. Let me just check around it. Okay, not exactly the KPI. Okay, is it changed or upgraded something? Okay. Yeah, I think it is upgraded. Okay. So this is the like a card option, guys, which we have over here. Now let me just make it as let's say the KPI or the basic information about the data set I wanted first. So I will take this card. Now you can see that, guys, the card is here. Now this is how that the card looks like. Now the card will contain the basic information about your data. Like let's say if I start with the very first one, that how much total sales has been done so far. Okay, 1 second, guys. So yeah, guys, we can try to drag this chart like a card over here. Now I can try to bring some value over here, guys. Now that value will be nothing but, let's say I want to see that total sales. Okay. So now, guys, automatically you can see that as soon as I take that like sum of sales over here, as soon as I take this like sales over here, it automatically comes out, guys, to be the total like sum of sales only. Okay. Now definitely, guys, this can be changed to if I want to get the average, if I want to get the minimum, maximum. Okay, so anything I can try to find it out over here. But yeah, for a time being, even I want to get the total sales. Okay, so like how much sales we have done so far. Okay, so now, guys, that information we are getting it over here. Now this is the very first information. Now similarly, guys, let's say I want like more of the information. So what I can simply do, I can simply try to copy and paste the same card, and I can just try to bring it over here. I can simply try to copy and paste like one more card over here, and let's do for one more time. Okay, so let's say I just want four different like a cards, means four KPIs I want to know, means the four basic information I want to know about my data set. So the first information, guys, is going to be the sum of sales. Now, guys, the next information is let's say that how many total rows we have. Okay, or let's say how many total orders we actually have. Okay, so now, guys, there are two things. Okay, the first thing is I can probably try to talk about the total number of orders. Okay, so the total number of orders will also have, guys, some repeated orders. Okay, because let's say if I have a customer, so there are two more KPIs. Okay, let me draw one more. Okay, because I think one more KPI can be created over here. So now, guys, for this data set, I think you guys can easily correlate. Okay, so let's say if you are working as a data analyst in a for any e-commerce website. Okay, so let's say if you are working as a data analyst for Amazon or maybe Flipkart. So what are the first five basic information you need to share with your manager? Okay, so if I just try to take it down onto my hand, so it is going to, the first information is definitely going to be the total sales. Okay, so I first want to show that how much total sales we have done so far. The second information, guys, is definitely going to be the total orders which we have received so far. Okay, so the total orders, guys, will also have the repeated orders. Okay, so the total orders will not be equivalent to total number of customers. Okay, the total orders, it simply means that how much total orders we have received so far in our journey in that span of 4 years. Then the third thing, guys, which I want to probably understand, or which I probably want to get it over here, is the total number of customers. Okay, now, guys, that total number of customer is going to be the unique number of customers. Okay, because definitely customer can make multiple orders, but I want to know that how many unique customer we have made so far in that like 4 or 5 years of time. Then the next thing, guys, which I want to know as a manager is maybe that, as I told you, that total profit. Okay, from you have sold like let's say 1,000 products, 2,000 products, 10,000 products. Then how much profit we have total how much profit we have made so far by selling that like a number of products. And then finally, guys, we have that let's say I can also have I think we missed one thing, that is the total number of products that is sold. Okay, so that is one more thing we can take, that is how much total product has been sold so far. Okay, so now for all these like column, guys, for calculating all these, we have actually these columns over here. Now you can tell me, okay, so I think for the very first, that is the total sales, I have taken the sum of sales over here, and I think it is making sense that now I'm getting the total sales that in the span of, let's say, 4 or 5 years, we have made a sales of around 256.2 thousand like dollar. Okay, now let's say, guys, that if I want to know, if I ask you that if I want to know that total number of orders, how many total orders we have received so far, So if I want to calculate that, now what you suggest, guys? What column we can take it over here?
Order ID.
Order ID.
Yes.
Okay, so you are suggesting that we can take the count of order ID over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now guys, in the second one, so I just copy and paste it over here. So that's why we are getting the sum of sales. Now what I can do as suggested, so I can try to take the order ID and I want to take the order account over here. Now you can see guys that we have both the options. So we can either take distinct count or we can either take just count. So I will take just count because I know that the order should be repeated. Order will be repeated and definitely guys it will be repeated. Okay, so definitely a customer can make multiple orders. So it's a count of order ID which is 500. It means that even we have just 500 rows over here. Now, the second thing, guys, over here we have the next thing, which is which I want to check the total number of customers. Now, how we can actually check, guys, the total number of unique customers over here?
Again, customer ID can be taken.
Okay, so we have already customer ID over here. We
Customer
can
name.
take this customer ID
Unique customer IDs.
and we can take the distinct count over
Distinct
here
count.
instead of normal count. Now we are getting the total number of customers, guys, over here. Great. Now for total profit, guys, we already have that column. We don't need to like go anywhere for that. So we already have this column as profit. I can just try to drag and drop it over here. And we got the total like a profit which we have done so far. Now the next thing, guys, is going to be our total products. Now which column, guys, need to be used to get the total products over here?
Product ID. Unique product IDs.
No, total number of products. I guess in that case, I think total in terms of I think quantity we want to check that how much total product we have sold so far. So we have this column, I guess, that some of the quantity. Okay, so now guys, these are the 5 KPIs which I have created, and definitely guys, I think if you now think in a way as I told you that definitely you can probably think of a few more KPIs which can definitely be created over here. Okay, so if you just try to think a little bit more, so you can probably think of 1 or 2 more KPIs which can be added over here. Okay, now for a time being, guys, let's say these are the KPIs we have. Now, definitely, guys, these KPIs should not be shown like this. Okay. Definitely, there is a lot of improvement, or there is a lot of like a formatting which needs to be done for with this box. And for that, guys, again we have one single option, one single place where we can do all that formatting, and that is the format view visual. Now I can select one, guys, and I will show you that Power BI why it is like so easy and like so much efficient that I will do a kind of a one type of formatting with this particular box, and the same formatting, guys, I can actually copy throughout all the boxes over here. Okay, so let me show you one by one. So I will just select the first one, and now, guys, I will go into this format your visual option. Okay, and now you will see, guys, that there are a couple of things which I can try to improve over here. The first thing, guys, that I don't want this sum of cells at the bottom. Okay, it is not making any sense. So right now, guys, we are getting the sum of cells at the like a bottom, which probably we don't require. So in this like scenario, guys, we have let's say the I think category header we have, but it is not on, or it is off because I think this is different kind of a card we have. Okay, one second. Okay, bar, and this is what we can do just to make it more intuitive, but okay, there should be some category label. Okay, so for a timing, guys, let me just check it check it with this. No, it's not. So let me just on the title first, and let me give the title over here. Now the title for this, guys, is going to be the total sales. Okay. Now this total cell, guys, I can try to make it bold. I can try to increase the size and bring it in the middle. The next thing, guys, which we can do is I can try to add some effect. Okay. Now for adding the effect, guys, definitely you can change the background color, but I think that is fine. That will do in our projects. I can just try to add some like a border with that black color itself. Just to make sure, because there are 4 cards, so there should be some like a border which through which we can understand like, okay, these are the different like cards we have, and I can try to show it with that shadow. Okay, so yeah, now this looks differently over here. Now I want to probably perform the same thing with all these like cards. Okay, so just want to change their name, but probably the same thing I want to perform. Okay. Now again, guys, if you if I want to do a bit of more formatting with this, okay, so there is a there's a function we have in this I think card option, where I can try to add the like SN bar. I can try to add the shadow. Okay, I think this is not making any sense. No, again, actually, again. Okay, so then we need to do a lot of formatting over there. But I don't want to get in that uh, into that. Okay, so for our timing, I think this is fine. Now, the thing, guys, which I want to show you that this is what, guys, the formatting I have done with, let's say, one card. Now, if I want to copy the same with the others, okay, so in that case, I just need to use this function over here on the top called format painter. Okay, so you can select this format painter. You'll get that brush icon, and you just try to put this brush icon in the second card. Okay, so you'll get the second card over there, and you'll get the same like all the formatting similar to the first one. Now similarly, I can again choose the format painter and put the brush in the third one. Now again the same things will happen with the third box. Similarly, again I can choose the format painter, bring it for the fourth one, and lastly for the last one. Okay, I can see, guys, that everything is actually now like formatted in a exactly in the same way, and you don't need to repeat that like a step again. Okay, now in the title, guys, it is already on. You just need to write the title over here. Okay, so like I can simply write it as total orders. Then I can for the third one, I can simply write it as total, let's say, the customers. Okay, then for the fourth one, I can simply write it as total profits. Okay, and finally, guys, the last one, I can try to take it as let's say total quantity. That's all. So now, guys, you can see that you got all the 5 cards over here, and definitely all these 5 cards are actually telling you the story, the main story about your data set. Okay, so that is what, guys, we can actually try to create if we have this kind of cards. And definitely, guys, with this card, you can see that you are definitely able to add a lot of value into your like a report. Okay, so now with this card, you can definitely try to understand that you are adding definitely a lot of value into your like a report, because these are the first things which your manager will see and definitely will appreciate your work. Okay, that yeah, definitely you bring out these like information at the very first place. Okay, and definitely these are the information which we even require on the very first place. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone about this like a card over here? Yeah, I hope that every one of you even able to like create it by your like own. Yeah, any doubt, guys, to anyone?
Yes, so I have a doubt actually.
Yeah, tell me.
So I try to create the all the five informations in just one card. So is there any particular reason that we are opted for five different cards?
No, I think okay, let me tell you one thing that initially we don't have this flash card. Okay, so you can see there's a flash kind of a thing coming over here.
Yes.
So like in my previous version of like Power BI or in our previous version of Power BI, like we have a simple card option as well. Okay,
Okay.
so definitely in this flash like a version of like a card, I just forget that, yeah, you have that option that you can try to bring all the five at one single place, and then you can try to adjust it like according to your like convenience. So again, the same thing that over there also you need to do that adjustment, and over here also we have done that adjustment. Okay,
And
so it is completely fine that if you bring all the five at one single place and do the adjustment at once.
but the thing is that I'm not able to add the titles for each of the details provided.
Yeah,
Uh,
so that's the thing we have now. Uh, like we are getting something that, but on the cost of like something else.
so it is not possible for me to add an extra
One second. Call out section, Nikhil. Yeah, that's what I'm searching for. Thank you so much. Where is it? Yeah, yeah, that's what
Is
even
in
I want.
visualization.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Uh, so yeah, because this is what even I had told you guys, but I am not able to find it out. Thank you, Nikhil, for getting it done for me. Okay, yeah. I think you are saying something. Sorry.
So is it possible for me to add any extra text over each box over here? Or is it just the I have to pick it up in the visualization section?
No,
Right.
I think maybe you are talking about let's say okay, I need to let's say create it once. Okay, so let's say you probably like create it like this. Yeah.
Yes.
So in that way now, like you are actually creating actually you are creating a single card only.
Yeah.
So you maybe if there's any option, so that option is available probably inside a cards. Otherwise, if you're not getting that option, any option over here, so I don't think that that option will come a separate option will come for you, because if you remember, if you can check that like for the first like a top five cards also, I actually bring this information from the general, not from the visual. Okay.
Okay.
So it is actually a different option other than the visual. So that's the reason that you there separate title for each of them. Then you probably need a maybe card in this way.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And one more question actually. Could you please repeat how did we get the border of the each card over
Helpful
there?
at this level, okay, because we are at the very initial stage, and if at this stage, if your basics are like clear, and if you're actually able to done all these editing, then definitely guys, with the advanced like options or with the advanced settings and the projects, we don't need to spend the time with this formatting and editing, maybe definitely to at least to understand like how this formatting or editing can be done. Okay, so yeah, anything else, guys, to anyone?
Shivam, there is a KPI card also. So, what is the difference between this and because the purpose, I think it's almost the same. So, what visualization will be coming on the KPI card?
This one you are talking about?
Yes.
No, this is not, I guess, exactly same. This is a bit different. Like you can see that it comes with some sort of the visualization over here, and you have to set, let's say, the target column or the trend axis column. It means it is like some side kind of the let's say the chart where you again require let's say two columns. Okay, it will not probably run or like show probably anything with just one column like this. But these cards which I'm talking about or which we have created right now, you can see that we are just using one column at a time just because we just want to get that particular information.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So now guys, I hope that the things are clear from here. Now let's try to go ahead and let's try to create one more, and then I will also show you something called the slicer over here, that what slicer can do and what kind of effect we can see with the slicer. But before that, we first try to create, let's say, the table chart over here. Okay, let me come out. Okay, so if you're also guys creating on the same page, so just make sure that you should not select, you have not selected any like a card over here, and then just try to select the table. Okay. Now in the table, guys, we can try to let's say create multiple things. Okay, so just select the table, and now okay, one second. Yeah. So select the table, guys, and let's see. I think okay. I don't think that. Let me check it once, guys. I think I'm not getting a lot of information over here. Uh, yeah. So I think it's better to select the matrix, because in the table we are able to add just one information probably at a time. Okay, so just try to add the matrix. Okay, now in the matrix, guys, let's see that what are the so table or the matrix, guys, is actually the visual where you can try to bring let's say all the number, again the number form of information at one single place, and then check it out in a tabular format. Okay, like what are all the informations we have. So like over here, what I can do, or what we can do, we can try to, let's say, take the region column, reason over here in the rows. So you can clearly observe that there are four reasons we have, and we all know about it that there are four reasons. Now similarly, guys, you can try to bring in the same, guys, rows itself, we can try to bring, let's say, the subcategory. Okay. I think it goes into the column. No, I want to bring it into the row itself, subcategory. Okay, so we have taken the reasons, and then inside the reason itself, we have taken the let's say the subcategory. Okay, now guys, into the columns, let's see that what I can take or what we can take into the columns. So we'll take the like different things like the sales into the columns. Okay, I think it comes in a different way. One second. Let me bring it into the values then. Yeah, now this is fine. And similarly, guys, for each column, I can see that like a profit. And let's say, guys, if I want a bit of more information, or I guess that this is it. This much information I actually find. Now, guys, definitely right now this table we make a big box, but the table is not visible right now. So what we can do, we first try to make the different kind of a styling for table. Okay. So I hope, guys, that firstly every one of you able to do the same thing. So just try to bring like a reason first, and then the subcategory reason and the subcategory into the rows, and then try to bring sum of sales and sum of profit inside the values. Okay, so these are the two things you have to do. And then once this is done, then what we can do, guys, we can now try to just we can just try to now we can go into the format, and we can do a bit of formatting so that these things should be visible. So you can see here that there are a lot of options we have. So right now it's a default option which we selected. If I select the minimal, or if I select let's say some other styling, so you can actually try to select it, guys. So I guess that let's see that the sparse one is there, or I guess that no, this sparse is fine, because just trying to bold the top level options. Okay. Then you can just try to go in the column header. Just try to increase the size a bit. 12, 13, and even 14. I guess that is also fine. Similarly, this is actually, guys, for the column header. We can do the same with the values. Okay. So this should be visible, guys. So I can just try to increase the size over here. Now I'll just make it a bit smaller. And now, guys, there's a plus symbol. You are getting it over here. So you can see that for each reason you are getting, let's say, like what are the options are there inside each reason. Now you can try to like increase the size over here. Okay, I guess that yeah, we are getting right now for the east reason. Okay, just make a double click. Okay. Now, guys, this is what like we are getting right now. I think I don't like this styling. Just make it minimal. Okay. Now this is much better. This is simple and easy to understand, I guess. So now, guys, you can see that inside each like a reason, there are some subcategories which we have added, and we can clearly observe these subcategories over here. Okay. Now, guys, let's say that since the subcategories over here are actually let's say 4 or 5, and definitely if I try to check it with respect to each let's say the reason, so then in that case it is bit like let's say we have so many like things over here. So definitely, guys, it's up to you. Like if you just try to check for once, and if you try to check for if you don't want to check for the others. Okay, so you can see like that it gives you again the segmented information. Like then there's a central reason, that how much total sales you are getting from the central reason, and then what is the total profit, guys, for the same reason. Okay. Similarly, guys, then it is actually segmented or divided in terms of different categories like binders, chairs, phones, and storage. So, what are the different number of cells you are getting from each subcategory from for that particular reason? Okay. Now, I guess, guys, that the values for this subcategory can also be increase. Okay, so you can probably check into the okay, we have this sum of cells color thing, which we can probably try to change, but I guess that this is fine. The data bars we can try to check once how it looks like. Okay, I guess that no, it is not making a lot of sense. So we can just try to check into the row header. I guess it's already good. Yeah, so just try to increase the size a bit. Yeah, this is I guess fine. Okay. So now you can see that the values for each reason and then respected subcategories. Okay. Now, definitely, guys, let's say if I want to add a bit of more information just to make this table a bit more informative and bit more like interesting. So even I can probably try to add the quantity over here, then we'll get the quantity value as well. Okay. So now, guys, definitely you can see that from this table you are getting multiple information, not just one like information over here. You are getting multiple information over here, and that is the reason wise sale or the reason wise segment you are getting. Along with that, guys, the reason wise like sale, the reason wise profit, and that is also fragmented, guys, for our different subcategories. Okay. Definitely, guys, if you want, you can try to bring the category over here. And right now, guys, in the column section, you have not added anything. But you can probably want to add the column over here if you probably want to add the category or segment, anything. So that can also be done. Okay, but I don't want to add it over here. I will try to add it somewhere else to like show it. And that makes more sense and more information. Okay. So for a timing, guys, just please let me know that if you are able to create till this like a matrix, and If you have any like a doubt or like question so far, is it clear to everyone? Yeah, guys. The table creation and that information which we are getting from the table is clear to everyone. Yeah, great. Now, guys, this whole page, if I want to make it more informative, so what we can do, let's say in that case, we can try to add something called a slicer over here. Now, slicer is, guys, a very important the chart, or you can say the option we have, because this makes your dashboard what we call a dynamic. Okay, and definitely, guys, the dynamic dashboard is really important because let's say if I talk about with respect to for any report, so what generally manager or any client actually wants, so they actually want the a dynamic dashboard, okay, because they want to actually see the changes or the numbers should changes in a real time. Okay, that makes the things bit more fascinating. Okay, so let's say in this slicer, if I try to add any field, okay, so there are multiple field, guys, where there are like multiple the columns are there, so the categories are there. So let's say if I try to bring the category over here into the field, this is the first thing. Similarly, guys, okay, because I will just not show you just one like a slicer. I will show you multiple slicer over here. So let's say just like I have added the category. Similarly, I can try to add let's say the segment over here. Similarly, guys, let's just copy and paste it and do it for one more time. And this time I can try to bring, let's say, something called as a ship mode, because I think the ship mode is something which we have not used so far. And then if you just want to if you just want to add one more, so that can also be done. Let's say if you think that if there is anything which is not being used so far or can be used into the slicer. So let me bring one more slicer over here, and over here I can try to add let's say the customer name. Okay, or I think even the city can be added. That is also fine. City can be added. Now again, guys, the slicer and whatever we have done with the card, exactly the same thing can be done into the slicer. Now, guys, the problem with the slicer is that it is right now, guys, that we just have three categories in the category column. Similarly, we just have three category in a segment column. We just have, let's say, 4 or 5 category in the city column. And similarly, there are maybe just 4 or 5 category in the ship mode. But it is possible, guys, that there may be 10 unique categories, or there may be 20 unique categories, and we want that in a like a slicer. Now, in that way, guys, if it comes in this format, like one after the another, okay, so in a vertical way, one after the another, then it is bit difficult, guys, to actually put it on on a single report page, okay, because definitely if it comes like one after the other another, so on a single like a report page, it is a bit difficult to put it on, okay, because we don't have like that much of space to add like multiple slicers at a single place, okay, because and definitely, guys, if I want to make my dashboard as a dynamic one, I need to add a slicers over there, okay. And it is possible, guys, that sometimes you probably have a data set where there may be 20 columns, or there may be more columns. Like this data set is also having so many columns, and I just want to I can only make, let's say, 2 page or 3 page report, not more than that. Now in that case, guys, let's say if I just have if I can if I don't have like a space, if I don't have a lot of space, so in that case, guys, I need to format my slicer in such a way so that it should not utilize this much of space like it is utilizing it over here. Now in that scenario, guys, what we can do, we can go into the formatting, and you can see, guys, that there is something called as a slicer settings. Okay, now in the slicer setting, guys, we have right now, this is the styling which we have is vertical list. We can try to change it to the tiles if I want, or even I can try to change it to the drop down. Now guys, definitely with the drop down, you can see guys that how much space can be actually can be saved over here. Okay. Now let's say guys, with this same thing, if I want to bring to all the other slicers, so we have the format printer. But let's say definitely we first want to do a few more things over here. So I can just remove the header over from the top. I can try to increase the size of the value, bring it, let's say bold, not increase, but just make it bold at least. I don't require, let's say, the border, or maybe a bit border can be fine, 2 or 3. Background is probably not required. Now into the general guys, I can on the title, I can just try to write it as a category. Now this category thing, I can try to increase the size, make it bold and bring it in the middle. Now similarly guys, I can try to add the effect just like we have added in the cards. So I can try to add the background of okay, this black, not a black background. I can try to add the border with the black color. Change the rounded corner of it and add the shadow as well. Now guys, this looks much better, and we got to know that okay, there is some slicer thing. Okay, now the same effect guys, if I want to like copy, I can use the format painter. I can apply it over here. Same thing guys, if I want to copy, I can just use the format painter. I can apply it over here, and okay. And exactly the same thing guys, we can copy it over here. Okay. Now right now guys, everything is like coming in a tile format. Okay, so what I can do, at least for this, I can just try to bring it into the drop down again, because this is actually similar to like a category, because we just have 3 categories inside it. I can just try to add it as segments. Okay. Now these two guys, I can take it into the tile. Even the tile format looks good, because right now we have a space, so we don't have that space problem right now. Sure. Now guys, yeah, now you can see that this looks like much better. And let me also show you guys the advantage of having a title over here, that how my report page will be a dynamic. So now guys, let's say that we have this table, and that right now inside this table there are a lot of information. I can even definitely not able to click this plus sign for all the reasons, okay, because there are like multiple subcategories, and if I just click on this like plus sign over here, then it will like go down, and I need to scroll it up and all. Okay. Similarly, guys, the total sales, if I want to see that what is the total sales for maybe one single category. Okay, so all these things, guys, now we can achieve with the slicer. Okay, so you don't need to create any link over here. Okay, already, guys, the link will be created. Okay, so like I think someone of you maybe saying that you are creating the similar kind of a thing on the Excel. Now on the Excel, guys, when you're creating this kind of a slicer or filter, so you need to make that connection, that how many tables through how many tables you want to create that connection. Now over here, guys, we don't have such issue. If I simply click on the office supplies, now you'll see what has happened. All the like values, guys, will get like a change. Okay, so let's say if I want to see the total sales coming only from the office supplies, so you can see that these are the numbers. Okay, so from the total from the office supplies, the total sales are coming out to be 82.4 thousand. The total orders are 169. The total number of customers are 166. The total profit is 29.3 thousand, and then total quantity are 847. Okay, so this is only for the office supplies, and you can see, guys, that in the table also the numbers are actually changed just for the office supplies. Now if you click on to something else, let's say technology, now again, guys, all the numbers into the cards and all the numbers in the tables are also gets changes. Okay, So in that way, guys, you can definitely try to see that dynamic nature of your report page. So if your manager wants to know it, if your manager wants to understand it category wise or segment wise, so yes, that manager can definitely use this slicer over there. Okay. So now if I click on this corporate segment, I can see that numbers are actually again changed, and you can see that numbers are also changed for the table as well. Okay. So this slicer thing, guys, will actually bring that the dynamic nature of the dashboard, or you can say the report. Okay. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Yeah. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Any doubt or any question to anyone? Okay, guys. So now this is the final like the thing, guys, in our first chapter, which is the basic charts. Okay, so I think we have covered all the basic charts which we have. Definitely, guys, some of the advanced charts are there, which will definitely try to discover and try to understand in the upcoming sessions. Like we have some AI inbuilt chart like the key influencers, decomposition tree. Similarly, we have some advanced chart like scatter chart, funnel chart, waterfall chart, Gantt chart. Okay, so these remaining chart, guys, like I think 6 or 7 advanced charts are there, which are like left, and these are the chart, guys, which we'll discuss in like upcoming sessions. Okay. But the first chapter, the first module, you can say that which we are actually having on the basic charts. Now that is what, guys, we have actually covered and we have completed in the session. Okay. So what all, guys, you have to do or you need to do now, you just need to go and you need to take all these like 7 or 8 charts which we have discussed in this Power BI notebook. Just try to go through all of this. Just try to like, let's say if you've created all of this in the classroom itself, it is fine. Or if you've not created it, just try to create it by your own. Just see that what are like the changes or what are the experiments you can do. Similarly, guys, you can try to create some more chart. Let's say in the very first chart itself, we try to analyze the month, but we didn't analyze the quarter. We didn't analyze, let's say, maybe something else. So that whatever the things, guys, which you think that is probably left to analyze, you can try to take out any of the charts which we have discussed so far, and you can try to analyze it. Okay. So that's how, guys, you can practice the first 2 sessions. And then from tomorrow, guys, we are going to start with the data transformation thing, or I can say the which I can call as a how to write any DEX formula for creating any new column or for creating any new measure. Okay, so that is what, guys, we are going to start from tomorrow. Okay, so till then, guys, make sure that you should like practice all these charts. Okay. Any doubt or any question, guys, before wrapping up the session? Yeah. Okay then. So fine, guys. Then we can wrap up this session. Thank you so much. I hope that you loved the session, you enjoyed the session, and make sure, guys, that yeah, you have to get out some time to like practice this, and then definitely, guys, you'll be more confident and you'll definitely enjoy more this Power BI too. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.